Step into the marble corridors of the Palatine Hill Palace, where the air hums with dread as you, a Roman senator in your purple-striped toga, ascend to dine with Emperor Caligula. The golden invitation in your hand should be a badge of honor. But the guards' averted gazes and the stifling scent of fear beneath the incense signal a nightmare awaits. Inside, Rome's elite senators, their wives, commanders, stand in tense silence, until a manic laugh pierces the hall, announcing Caligula's entrance in shimmering silk, his eyes alight with a predator's hunger. Tonight he proclaims, "We shall test your devotion with acts that defy Rome's soul." What follows will twist this sacred palace into a den of debauchery where one man's madness reshaped an empire.
Yes.
This is no mere tale of excessive a journey into the abyss of power corruption that will hold you captive until the end. Join Tales of Torment as we unveil the dark heart of ancient Rome. Dare you face the Emperor's descent. Stay with us, for the secrets we about to reveal will linger in your mind like echoes from the past. In the year 12 CE, the Roman Empire basked in the glory of the Pax Romana. Yet beneath its surface, the Julio-Claudian dynasty teetered on intrigue. Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus Gallic was born to Germanicus, a beloved general, and Agrippina the elder. In a military camp along the Rhine, where his nickname Little Boots endeared him to soldiers in miniature legionary garb, this charm masked a childhood scarred by loss by age 7. His father's mysterious death, likely by poison, ordered by Emperor Tiberius, left Caligula an orphan of trust, his mother and brothers exiled and killed in Tiberius's paranoid purges. Raised in the shadow of Capri, where Tiberius ruled with iron suspicion, Caligula learned to survive by wearing a mask of innocence, his every smile a shield against a court where betrayal lurked in every corner. When Tiberius died in 37 CE, Rome hailed Caligula, then 24, as a savior, the son of Germanicus, a beacon of hope after years of tyranny. His early reign dazzled. He recalled exiles, enriched the Praetorian Guard with bonuses, and staged grand games that filled the Circus Maximus with cheers. For 7 months, the Eternal City basked in a golden dawn, its people believing the young emperor would restore Augustan splendor. But in late 37 CE, fate intervened. Caligula fell to a severe illness, dubbed brain fever by historians, a malady so dire that the empire held its breath. Some argue it inflicted permanent damage, others that it unleashed the darkness he had suppressed. When he emerged, the Caligula of old was gone, replaced by a man whose sanity frayed, his eyes burning with a new, unsettling intensity. The transition was subtle at first, extravagant spending, erratic decrees, but behind the palace's closed doors, a transformation brewed, one that would soon stain Rome's honor. A contemporary scribe recorded the emperor's fever broke his mind, birthing a tyrant from a prince's shell. The Palatine Hill Palace, once a bastion of Roman governance, became under Caligula's hand a theater of depravity, its sacred halls defiled by the emperor's unhinged desires. The transformation began in whispers among the palace staff slaves, recounting nights of terror, their voices trembling as they spoke of a new master. Caligula, emboldened by his illness and unchecked power, realized that as emperor, no law or custom could bind him, no soul could defy him. The palace, with its grand atriums and hidden chambers, was reimagined, its marble corridors turned into stages for his darkest whims. Servants, long accustomed to the Julio-Claudian court's dignity, became the first prey young male slaves summoned to his quarters, their cries stifled by thick draperies as he imposed acts that shattered Roman virtue. Female attendants suffered worse, their knights a gauntlet of fear as Caligula prowled, selecting them for his lust. Each encounter a deliberate assertion of dominance over their helplessness. Soon, the emperor's gaze turned to the aristocracy. His invitations to lavish feasts a veiled summons to horror. Senators and their wives, expecting discourse over peacock and wine, found themselves ensnared in a nightmare. The dinners began with decorum tables laden with delicacies, the clink of goblets filling the air but as shadows lengthened. Caligula's voice cut through, smooth yet menacing. "Let us honor Rome with true loyalty." The room froze as he demanded the unthinkable, noble women stripped and compelled to perform degrading acts before their husbands, their protests silenced by the glint of Praetorian steel. Livia Drusilla, wife of a prominent senator, was forced to kneel. Her humiliation, a spectacle Caligula relished, his laughter a chilling counterpoint to her sobs. The palace itself evolved to match his perversions, chambers refitted with circular couches for maximum visibility. An amphitheater constructed where slaves, nobles, and captives were herded into orgiastic displays under his watchful eye. Architects carved viewing galleries into his bedroom, its doors flung open to force spectators into his private excesses, each act a public proclamation of his divinity. A historian of the time penned, "The Palatine, once Rome's heart, became a brothel of imperial madness." Caligula's brothel within the palace walls enslaved the wives of disgraced nobles. Service attacks on survival, overseen by the emperor with the precision of a stage director. Religious sanctums were profaned, their rites twisted into orgies. The emperor's laughter a dirge over Rome's sacred traditions, his palace a monument to a fallen empire's shame. The palace's physical changes rooms designed for group debauchery. Drainage systems to erase evidence reflected Caligula's methodical cruelty. His wedding ceremonies became spectacles of conquest, brides' families forced to witness their degradation. A ritual that cemented his reign as one of unrelenting terror. Caligula's reign of depravity extended beyond the palace, a calculated campaign to dismantle Roman society through sexual terror. He wielded lust as a weapon, understanding that breaking the elite's spirit required more than swords. It demanded the violation of their deepest honor. Senators, once Rome's backbone, were compelled to deliver their wives and daughters to the Palatine. Each summons a sentence of shame wives, forced into degrading acts as their husbands watched, their silence a cage forged by fear of the Praetorian Guard. Caligula institutionalized this horror, imposing attacks on noble families where their women's bodies became currency for favor, a slavery that stripped away their status. Those who resisted faced public humiliation, paraded in arenas to perform as spectacles. Their noble lineage erased as they were sold to soldiers, a stark warning etched in their tears. The empire's children bore the heaviest burden, their innocence a casualty of Caligula's whims. Ancient chroniclers, cloaked in euphemism, recount young boys and girls summoned to the palace, forced to witness or endure acts that scarred their soul's trauma that would shape a generation. Twisting their perceptions of love and power into something grotesque, Caligula elevated this depravity to religion, declaring himself a living god. His temples within the palace hosting rituals where sexual acts were offerings to his divinity, priestesses defiled in public, and festivals morphed into orgies of imperial design. His governors replicated this terror across provinces, from Gaul to Judea, where local women lived in constant dread of selection, their lives a shadow under his rule. A scribe of the era lamented, Caligula's lust became a scourge, his palace a temple of Rome's undoing. The emperor's grand spectacles, days-long orgies with senators, slaves, and beasts were displays of absolute power. Their fathers were forced to arrange their family's participation, their complicity a wound deeper than any blade. The psychological scars endured, marriages shattered, children haunted by memories of their degradation. By 40 CE, Caligula's edict to enshrine his cult as Rome/religion, manding sexual loyalty, provoked the Praetorian Guard's revolt. On January 24th, 41 CE, they ended his reign in the palace's tunnels, their blades driven by vengeance for their own kin's suffering. Caligula's echoes of corruption lingered long after his assassination, a blight on Rome's legacy that shaped its future. His 4-year reign left the Palatine a monument to horror, its chambers sealed by Claudius to bury the shame rooms crafted for torment. Records of noble degradation destroyed, yet the trauma endured. The elite, broken by forced complicity, passed their scars to their offspring, who grew into leaders warped by abuse, perpetuating cycles of exploitation. Later emperors, from Nero to Domitian, drew from Caligula's playbook, using sexual terror to assert control, a dark legacy etched into imperial tradition. Today, the Palatine's ruins whisper of those horrors' marble floors, once wet with tears. Passages where victims awaited doom, remnants of a reign that turned power into a perversion of humanity's soul. A cautionary tale of corruption's enduring reach. Caligula's transformation of the Palatine into an orgy of terror was more than a reign, it was a descent into madness that corrupted an empire's heart. The silent sobs of his victims, the shattered honor of Rome's noble houses, the palace's halls stained with depravity haunt history's depths. A tale that will seize your imagination until the final frame. From the Rhine's camps to the Palatine's ruin, his life was a tapestry of promise and perversion. His end a chilling echo that lingers in Rome's shadows. This forgotten horror burns bright amid the past's darkness, a mystery begging your exploration. Crave more spine-chilling tales of royal torment? Subscribe to Tales of Torment now, and dive into our next video about a medieval outcast's gruesome fate. Don't miss it. Hit the bell icon to stay updated. Share this with history lovers, and let's uncover the past together. Was Caligula's sin his downfall, or a calculated reign of terror? Drop your boldest theories in the comments, join our community, and help shape the next dark chapter. Step into the shadows with us, where history's whispers await your discovery.